there is another deeper disaster. In the last year, 1937 to 38, there have been between 7 and 8 million arrests and at least 1 million executions. At Kuropaty near Minsk, one secret NKVD burial site contains 30,000 bodies. For the NKVD killing squads and the so-called boxers, thugs who specialize in torture and interrogation, communism is now no more than a cynical indulgence in sadism. Now, on the fifth day, delegates to the Congress hear the stunning news of the German annexation of the rest of Czechoslovakia. Abandoned by her Western allies, the Czech government has ordered its people not to resist. The people of Europe are now haunted by the threat of war. At the public rostrum, Hitler denies any aggressive intention.
Unabhängiger Nationen nicht angreifen, dafür in Frage kommen nun Finnland, Lettland, Litauen, Estland, Norwegen, Schweden, Dänemark, Niederlande, Belgien, Großbritannien, Irland, Frankreich, Portugal, Spanien, die Schweiz, Liechtenstein, Luxemburg, Polen, Ungarn, Rumänien, Jugoslawien, Russland, Bulgarien, Türkei, Irak, Arabien, Syrien, Palästina, Ägypten.
But it is not difficult to guess that Poland is Hitler's next objective. Stalin's choice is stark. If the spoils of the breakup of Versailles are to be seized, logic demands that Stalin must share them with his avowed enemy. The USSR will not obtain a piece of Poland by fighting alongside the West to defend Poland's borders. It is a stunningly immoral idea, but there is no doubt that it is in Joseph Stalin's mind. As a first move, he allows Litvinov to make one final attempt to reassemble the idea of collective security, in the certain knowledge that Poland, proud, stubborn, will refuse any joint declaration which allows Soviet troops to come onto their territory to give them aid. While pressure mounts in the West, there is at least good news from the East. It is the first appearance on the international stage for the young, forthright General Gorgy Zhukov when he heavily defeats the Japanese Sixth Army at Kholkhin Gol and effectively secures the back door of the Soviet Union. But in Europe, there is no breathing space in the lead-up to war. German rearmament is displayed in parades and flypasts that culminate in Hitler's 50th birthday celebration in April 1939. As Stalin ponders which way to turn, France puts her faith in the Maginot Line, a gigantically costly string of concrete and steel forts facing Germany. Great Britain in her fleet, but Stalin is now ready to move forward with a realignment that will astound the world. Pressure of events keeps the gestation period short. At the 1939 May Day parade, sharp-eyed German diplomats record the fact that the Jewish and pro-Western Foreign Minister Maxim Litvinov is not on the podium. When the following day Hitler is informed that Stalin has replaced Litvinov by Molotov as foreign minister, it is, he tells his generals, like a volley from a gun. The two dictators speak the same language. In public, each system continues to condemn the other. In private, the diplomats are beginning to hammer out a deal, a turnabout that will shock the world. It is certain that at this point, Stalin knows that Hitler has decided to invade Poland. Equally certain that Stalin intends to share the spoils. In July, Molotov tells the German ambassador to Moscow that the Soviet Union seeks better relations with Germany. On August the 11th, an Anglo-French military mission arrives in Moscow to discuss cooperation. They are 3 months too late, perhaps even 3 years too late. Within days, Ribbentrop stresses speed as preliminary negotiations between Germany and the Soviet Union begin. But Hitler is not prepared to invade Poland without a guarantee of support from the Soviet Union. On August the 20th, the Führer shows his hand by intervening personally, cabling to Stalin the suggestion that Ribbentrop should come to Moscow in 2 days' time. Stalin agrees. On August the 23rd at Moscow airport, they await the momentous arrival of the German foreign minister. But there is a long, worrying delay. Only when Molotov, baffled, sends for information do they discover the reason. The plane carrying the Germans to their momentous rendezvous has been forced down, fired on by Soviet border defenses. Amid feasting and toasts, the non-aggression pact is drawn up and signed immediately. Stalin raises his glass to Germany's finest son, Adolf Hitler. The two dictators have publicly clasped hands. It is an extraordinary coup de théâtre. A betrayal of millions. But of course, the world is not told all. The non-aggression pact has secret, deeply sinister protocols. Clauses to divide Poland between Germany and the Soviet Union, to assign the Baltic states to Soviet rule.
What do all these protocols contain? I'll run through them briefly. The additional secret protocol on spheres of interest of Germany and the USSR, the interpretation of the supplementary protocol, the protocol on the possible resettlement of population, the secret protocol concerning possible changes, essentially how to divide the Baltic states, concerning suppression of dissent on territory of divided Poland, the protocol on Germany's waiver of claims to Lithuanian territory. We agreed to give 75